Christopher Nolan's Interstellar 2014 is a 3-hour-long assault on the brain disguised as a deep space drama. It's a movie that asks the big questions like, what if love transcends dimensions? How do you farm corn in a post-apocalyptic dust storm? And most importantly, why does every Nolan movie feel like a homework assignment? The film kicks off with Cooper McConaughey, a washed-up NASA pilot turned reluctant corn farmer because, in the future, the only thing left to eat is sadness and popcorn. Earth is circling the drain, and rather than fixing that mess, NASA decides to throw a Hail Mary into the cosmos. Cooper is recruited, promptly ditches his kids, and embarks on a doomed mission with Anne Hathaway, a handful of forgettable scientists, and Tars, a blocky metal wiseass who ends up being the only likable member of the crew. Meanwhile, his daughter Murph watches her father take off into the void, presumably thinking, wow, he really left me for a floating question mark. Then comes the space nonsense. There's a wormhole, because why not, a water planet that basically screams bad idea, and the emotional highlight of the film, a crew member left alone for 23 years. That's right, while Cooper and company are having a casual stroll on a planet where time moves at a glacial pace, their buddy gets to sit in solitude, marinating in despair and bad life choices. His transformation from hopeful scientist to existential wreck is the most realistic thing in the entire film. And just when you think it can't get worse, we get Matt Damon, appearing out of nowhere like a human-shaped disaster. His character, Dr. Mann, proves that trusting anyone in space is a bad idea by immediately trying to kill everyone. His incompetence reaches such staggering levels that he manages to botch his own docking sequence, effectively blowing himself up like a space clown. It's a much-needed reminder that just because someone has a PhD doesn't mean they won't get you killed. Then comes the black hole, where Nolan throws every physics book ever written into a wood chipper. Instead of being crushed into oblivion, Cooper finds himself inside a fifth-dimensional bookshelf, creepily lurking behind time-warped visions of his daughter. If this sounds like the fever dream of a sleep-deprived physicist, that's because it is. Somehow, this interdimensional ghosting helps Murph solve an equation that saves humanity, proving once and for all that theoretical physics is just advanced emotional manipulation. The film limps to a conclusion with Cooper waking up on a space station, where his now ancient daughter greets him for all of 5 minutes before telling him to get lost. Undeterred by decades of terrible decision-making, he immediately steals a spaceship and flies off to find Anne Hathaway, who's busy colonizing a new planet like the space messiah she always wanted to be. In the end, Interstellar is less about space travel and more about watching intelligent people make terrible life choices on a cosmic scale. It's visually stunning, narratively convoluted, and emotionally manipulative, like a TED Talk from the void. And if there's one takeaway, it's this. If given the choice between space travel and staying home with your kids, maybe don't pick the black hole. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Quirky Critic signing out.